It's the OpenNTF Developers Competition sponsored by PanAgenda.
And then we'll be over to Alan Hamilton in just a minute for the special announcement. So go ahead.
All right, thank you, Chris. Again, this is Dan Zabrowski. I'm with PanAgenda. I'm responsible for sales here in North America. And just want to talk to you for a couple minutes about a solution we have that we're going to be launching at Social Connections next month in Toronto. We previewed it in Orlando at Connect, and that is a solution for monitoring connections environments that we're going to be, I believe we're going to be calling that Connections Expert, but between now and then I'm not sure if that will change, but that is our current product name. For those who, hopefully everyone here has some understanding of what we do. For those who may not be familiar or may not be current on that, this is a quick snapshot of our portfolio and some of the services that we can provide. If you look at the bottom of the screen there, we have customers with approximately 7 million licenses in 70 countries. We have offices in the U.S. Our headquarters is in Austria, and we also have offices in Germany and the Netherlands. We have a partner network of some 40 partners, and of course we're an IBM partner. From a solutions perspective, we have IDNA, which is all about analytics and understanding usage to help make better decisions, whether that be cloud, whether that be consolidation, whether that just be making the case for how our current collaboration infrastructure is used and who's using it. So there's a lot of information that is useful in that. And then we have Marvel Client, which is our flagship client management solution, provides centralized comprehensive client management for the notes environment. Hopefully everyone's heard of that. Tomorrow I'll be talking about a new module at one of the breaks, which is our Marvel Client zero-click cloud onboarding for notes clients. We also have Greenlight, which is all about monitoring performance and availability for your Domino servers, for your same-time servers, for your Traveler servers, as well as those who still might have BlackBerry servers out there. We have Group Explorer, which is about providing analytics and management around groups and access control lists. And then we have Application Registry, which is essentially documenting and providing an understanding of your source code, which can be used in a variety of applications, whether that might be migration, whether that might be you've inherited a bunch of applications you know nothing about and would like to. And then we have Smart Changer, which is a solution that is about, essentially it picks up where Admin P leaves off in many cases. It's a mass change engine. It can be used for name changes. It can also be used for things like same-time buddy list management. A lot of different things that can be used for Domino or non-Domino environments. So, and then bottom right here, what you're seeing is in red there is the Connections Expert product. So I'm going to just walk you through that for a moment. For those who may not have had the opportunity to be in Orlando, we're providing operational monitoring as well as analytics. As you can see here, you can see the various connection services, how many users are connected, communities that are active today, files that are uploaded today. You can see various visualizations of the environment, login times, response times, a lot of good information that is sometimes difficult to see at a glance today. We also have application status at a glance. You can see here most of the applications are okay. We have, in this particular screenshot, a couple seed lists, which are all about search performance that are in a yellow state, so that's something that may be of concern going forward. And then here we have some visualizations on usage. Usage today, over 7 days, over 30 days, and then we can map that several different ways, and then we can drill down on that. For instance, we might want to look at communities and who's been using communities, who's active, who's inactive, which ones are active, and then from a storage perspective, what libraries might be either nearing a threshold or over a threshold within the files environment. And then the last thing we have is that we're going to be providing is something to help with adoption. So again, some of the analytics you might be familiar from our iDNA product are being mixed in here. So you can see at a glance, this is a bubble chart of the different services, and then you can see who's using what over a period of time. We'll have some other types of metrics as well. But again, trying to help with understanding who's using what, who's not using it, and how you might be able to increase your adoption rate with connections. So that is a quick look at our IBM's Connections expert, and if you'd like to have any questions prior to the release next month in Toronto, here's my contact information. And I thank you very much for your attention and turn it back over to Chris.
Not a problem. I'm going to take control from you to give it to Alan for our special announcement. Thank you. Excellent. Everybody's got that information. If not, leave a message in the chat, and we'll be able to get Dan's info to you. And they are going to be with us tomorrow again as well. So Panagen's going to have some more stuff for her. So Alan,
yeah,
sending it to you, and everyone is waiting anxiously. I was still at break registering people or approving registrations to get them into the sessions. So
wow,
you have their attention. So
right,
go for it. It's all yours, sir.
I hope I'm not to disappoint. So hi everyone, thank you for tuning in for this particular last-minute ad hoc quick session. You have the exclusive. We're launching this today. Essentially, we're launching a developer competition for business partners, for IBM champions, for customers, for whoever out there would like to put together a showcase of their skills. So let me just very quickly take you through some of the details of it. It's an opportunity for you to show off your skills. We want to, as a way of highlighting some pretty cool solutions that we know that are out there that you can build, and some of the really slick technology. We want to encourage you to develop stuff and do a bit of open source collaboration, and we've even managed to get some cool prizes for the winners and the runners-up. So this is an opportunity. It's kind of informal in as much as we want you to collaborate, we want you to work together, and we want to show the world what the technology and the platform that we're all familiar with can do, and how it beats the competition. So we get going today with the competition. More details in a minute. We would like you to register your team by the 9th of June, and I'll talk about this in a bit more depth in a second. The competition runs until the 5th of September, and the winners will be announced by opening a golden envelope, I'm told, on the 15th of September at the ICON UK conference. So ICON UK and ICON US are our sort of bookends for the whole thing, and we hope that gives everyone a reasonable amount of time, given holiday season and all sorts of other stuff, to get together and to really think about what really cool solutions could be built using the platform, as I said. So what is the challenge? Well, what we would like you to do is come up with a demonstration or an example of a solution that uses either a Domino app or a Connections Cloud app, or both if you wish, that works with IBM Bluemix and integrates at least one of the services that Bluemix offers, such as Watson, of course, as Rob was pointing out earlier, or Box, or any of the multitude of other Bluemix services out there. So we want you to take Domino or Connections, integrate it with some Bluemix services, and produce either a mobile app, a web app using XPages or Angular or Node or whatever that Bluemix supports, or indeed a Notes 9 client app. We haven't forgotten about Notes 9 by any means. So if you can, so the idea is you take something that you're familiar with, or you think that there's a good opportunity to demonstrate. We want to integrate that on Bluemix, and we want to pump it out as either a mobile, a web app, or a client app. So some of the examples, we think back to the Connect OGS at the beginning of the year. You saw a Domino app and a Connections app working with Bluemix and Watson to do image recognition, and the end result was an XPages application integrated with Connections. So that's a good example of one such solution. We're open to whatever you choose. We think it's more about demonstrating what ideas you have and where we can really be creative about this. There are lots of things on Bluemix that we'd like you to look at, things like the weather data, Twitter, whatever you like, personally, and this is not intended to sway you one way or the other, personally I'd like to see some really old Domino apps being brought forward into the cognitive age. I think that would be a really nice challenge, but that's not to sway you one way or the other. I think it's important that we leave it open to your creativity. So it's a Domino app or a Connections or Connections Cloud solution using Bluemix and any of the services that you see in Bluemix that you want to use, and pumping it out to a mobile or a web application or a Notes 9 client application. All right. Let me just go to the next slide. So, bit of an eye chart here, but just some rules and regs that we can take you through. From a technical point of view, it must run on Bluemix, so it must be something that we can log into in Bluemix. It must be in English. The URL needs to be public, and we want you to post your source code into the public Git repository run by OpenNTF. That's one of the criteria. We only want one page of documentation at most, just on what to do and how to use it, or a little video if you can do that. The team, we want you to work as part of a team. The minimum team size is 2, and the maximum team size is 5. We prefer you to work to form teams from different organizations. If you can't do that or don't want to do that, that's fine. But if one business partner or one champion wants to get together with another business partner, another champion, or a customer, or whatever it makes sense, that's great. Maximum 5, minimum 2. IBM or OpenNTF will give you a kind of assistant facilitator, if you like, to run team meetings and to make sure that any logistical blockages are moved out your way. We're going to, of course, have a community on Connections Cloud and a private area for you to work through that your assistant will help you with. You do need a Bluemix ID, but that's easily got. And we're going to have monthly facilitated team meetings, but that's just in your team with your assistant. The judges for the competition will be a combination of OpenNTF and IBM Judges. The IBM Judges are actually some of the guys that are part of the XPages team in Ireland, so you probably know most of them. And some of the criteria that we want to apply, or that we apply to looking at the solutions, is the wow factor, however you choose to define that, and completeness of the solution. So is what you have done finished or nearly finished? Is it reusable? Is it consumable by other people out there? If it's going to public open source, is it going to be something that someone else can pick up and take forward? Is there documentation? What business value is in it? And the effort that's been made. Publicity, down in the bottom left, OpenNTF will take care of blogging about your contribution and producing demo videos and doing all sorts of stuff. Contributions need to be cleared through IP and so on and so on, which we'll take you through when it comes to the sign-up process. But essentially, we want it to be made freely available to the community. So there's you're participating in an open source project. Okay, it's open to any registered IBM business partner, any champion, any registered OpenNTF contributor. In fact, we'll make it open to customers too, if so be. The solution must not already exist, I should add. Okay, it must be something that you are going to code as part of a team. It's not something that you have that you just want to submit already. So prizes. For the first prize team, the team that wins the first prize, up to 5 people, we're offering Developer Works premium subscriptions for each team member. That's a $400 value, the contents of which are on the right. That I'll not take you through in great depth, but it's pretty good because it gives you Bluemix subscription, software subscriptions, discounts at developer events and vouchers for certification and all sorts of other stuff. Even more valuable than that, however, will be a promotional video case study that OpenNTF will do. And even more valuable than that is a trophy. Now, I don't quite know what the trophy is going to look like or anything like that, but we'll make sure that we have some physical permanent memento for you. And we're going to make a song and dance for you at Connect 2017. Maybe not the dance and maybe not the song, but you know what I mean. And even more excitingly, OpenNTF has very kindly offered to contribute $500 or your local currency towards a team party that you might choose to hold. So that's entirely up to you. There are 2 teams of runners-up, so I'd like a kind of 2 second-place prizes, if you like, of which will be Developer Works Premium subscription and a $250 contribution to your team party. So we hope that's attractive. So what do you do to get going? So the next steps are to have a think about who you'd like to work with and contact them. Have a think about the kind of solution that you'd like to demonstrate. Could be built using the solutions that I've described. And between the 13th of May and the 10th of June, sign up at the URL shown there. We will be tweeting and LinkedIn, blogging and all sorts of stuff about this, so you'll not be able to miss that URL. But if anyone needs to be reminded, please just drop me an email. We need to go through a small approval process with OpenNTF to make sure that the open source agreements are all signed and stuff like that. And then it's a case of get coding. So have a think now. The doors open on the 13th of May for applications, close on the 10th of June, and then it's off and running with coding through the summer. And we announce the winners on the 15th of September. So, good luck. Thanks for listening, and if anyone has any questions at this stage, I'll be very happy to take them, or I'll leave it there.
You made that sound real too easy. So go back to the dates again. That's the one thing I want to make sure everybody sees is the actual dates that they have.
Okay, let me go back.
We don't worry about where to find Alan. He's easy to find online. This is what I want to make sure everybody understands. So the launch date is now. Now the participation deadline is the time they have to submit by that they're going to participate, correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay. And then they have the almost 2 months to work on the project itself before the project submission is due.
Exactly.
Excellent. Okay. I'm liking the looks of this with everybody. Definitely. Let me see. Do we have any questions that came in for you? Anybody remember, if you have questions for Alan about this contest, please put them in the questions area so we can get them over to him. But I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I do like the prizes you have, and everything, it must use Bluemix, correct?
Yeah, we're using Bluemix as the hub for this. It makes most sense given, I think, quite a lot of coders and people are these days, certainly from my travels meeting business partners and champions, Bluemix is very much part of their plans, and so we see this as being an excellent opportunity to demonstrate for customers and for the world that that old Domino solution they have, or that Connections Cloud 4, or that Connections Cloud system, connection system that they have at version 4, or whatever it is open to the cognitive world, is open to social media, it's open to all sorts of stuff, and can easily be brought into any kind of environment that the customer might need, whether it's a mobile app or whatever. So it's about using some of the tools that are out there to get you into doing that. And that's one of the reasons why we're offering as a prize Bluemix subscriptions and software and all this kind of stuff, so that once you've got the skills and you've enjoyed being part of the team to produce that, then you can really go off and do your own thing thereafter.
Excellent. So where do they go to register one more time? We'll get that the last thing before we get out of here, since we're getting a few extra moments.
So it's going to be ibm.biz ICS-dev-comp, and it'll be available from the 13th of May. But I'll keep tweeting and repeating that all over, so I'm sure you'll hear about it.
All right, you have a couple days to ponder it. Even though registration's opening officially, you can then register at that URL. So all the Everybody, good luck. Feel free to share the winnings back to us here at the user.
You bet. Well,
really nice, a good party.
Yep. Yep. But yes, and we're hoping to get some sort of celebrity to announce the winners on the 15th of September at ICON UK. So
that would be excellent.
All right.
Well, thank you to Alan. Everybody else here, so you'll actually have a few more minutes for the break before we start the afternoon sessions. Tomorrow we'll have a longer lunchtime. Alan, I'll take control from you so you don't have to worry about your screen stuff.
Thank you very much, and good luck, everyone.
Thank you, and everybody else. We are going to be on break now.